Welcome to video number 4 of the birther question. Um, the whole birther issue kind of reminds me of the Obama birther issue. It's uh, it's racist to think that a black man doesn't know when he was born. Doesn't know his own birthday. So the people that started this rumor were white men of a certain generation, 40s, 50s. Even when Sonny Liston said that his birthday was May 8th, 1932, they the people that were writing the books and maintaining the birther issue, uh, the those in editorial copy, those making movies, those people that were uh, involved in writing books about Sonny and maintaining this birther issue. Uh, Again, they were white men of a certain generation. And white men of a certain generation uh, were able to have a certain amount of authority and believability depending on the era they were in. I mean, to this day, uh, black men are assumed guilty. Uh, so you have to look at when it comes to this mystery of Sonny's birth and um, this idea that there was no records of when Sonny was born. You have to look at how they framed this whole question of this mystery surrounding Sonny's birth. First of all, they state that Sonny was one of 20, he was 24th of 25 kids. That's what they stated and have been stating for as long as they've been writing or telling stories about Sonny Liston. And again, the Showtime sports special Prior to the Lives of Sonny Liston opens up their documentary stating that Sonny's birthday was a mystery. Birth date was a mystery, and there were no records. Uh, Telling people there were no records uh, showing Sonny's birthday. So they said that also that he was one of 25 kids, to 24 for 25 kids. Now, that's very misleading. The way to say that Sonny is one of 24 kids, it's very misleading. It kind of is a way of, it's not about what they said, it's how they framed what they said. So to say that Sonny was 24 out of 25 kids, it's kind of sensational, to think that that's a lot of kids. It piques your interest, it sets uh, it's almost like driving by a car accident and wondering, wow, how many people are hurt? How did it happen? Is it going to catch on fire? Should I call 911? So to say that Sonny was 24th of 25 kids, it's like emotionally, it's like watching driving by a car accident. It's a form of sensationalism. So to frame your question, to frame Sonny's birth like that, to say he was one of 24, the 24 for 25 kids, it's very intriguing. And it's that kind of thing sells a lot of newspapers, movies, uh, editorial copy, books. But if they were to frame it in a different way, rather than saying Sonny was 24th or 25 kids? What if they just said that Toby Liston, Sonny's father, was married twice? And his first marriage, he had 13 kids, right? And in his second marriage with Helen Liston, he had 7 kids. Isn't that less interesting? Right? But the way they framed it, the way they framed this story or the myth, is they left all that out. So you only see in the frame the picture that they want you to see. They want you to see that Sonny was 24th of 25 kids. That's more exciting than saying Sonny was part of Toby Liston's second marriage. Right? So it was 13 kids in the first and 7 in the second marriage. That's less exciting. Right? So when they ask, and there's another way to look at this. When Geraldine Liston was asked that question, how did they frame the question to Geraldine Liston? Did they frame the question in a way that was a way that would strengthen their theory or their myth or their argument? The myth that Sonny was part of a larger family, that maybe, it fits into the racist trope of black families having a lot of kids out of wedlock, right? It fits into that whole kind of racist trope, doesn't it? So to ask Geraldine, because she's been in many documentaries, to ask her, Geraldine, is it true? To ask her this question, Geraldine, is it true that Sonny was 24th of 25 kids? Of course, she's going to say yes, he was 24th of 25 kids, because that's the way they frame the question. Rather than asking her this question, which would be, is it true that Sonny was seventh, one of 6 of 7 kids, the youngest of 7 kids of Toby Liston's second family? If they would have framed it that way, it would have been a whole different picture, right? So everything is designed to support the ongoing status quo, ongoing myth, ongoing theory that Sonny Liston was one of 25 kids. Rather than framing it, rather than avoiding framing the question and ask a legitimate question, or to ask the question in a way that it allows everything to come into frame, which is Toby Liston was married twice. He had 2 families, right? Sonny was part of the second family. He was one of 7 kids. So it's interesting that the birther question predated the Obama birther question, right? Thank you.